Wonderful Wednesday, week 36. I couldn't get up. Holy cow, these fall, drizzly, dreary mornings are kicking my ass. But anyways, resentment. That's what I want to talk to you guys today about. Never apologize for showing your feelings. When you do so, you apologize for your truth. And that's just really sad, and that upsets me. So resentment is a powerful internal reaction that stems from when we feel we've been wronged or treated unfairly, judged, right? And I'm sorry, my allergies are really, really bad too, so I'm going to be sniffling a lot. But resentment, it's the feeling that we are finding it hard to kind of forgive someone, and instead we choose to hold on to that unspoken pain. And this is important because if it's not released in a healthy, effective, timely manner, it kind of develops like a warped veil and prevents us from seeing the world in a healthy, happy, balanced perspective, right? And we just kind of continue to live, it just lives inside of us, you know, feeding on our negative emotions and feelings, and anger is the most prevalent. That is the most underexpressed one. And it evolves like a ticking time bomb, which usually leads to either abusive or self-destructive behavior, or a little bit of combination of both. A personal example, resentment for me is, you know, I was raised with the notion that expressing negative emotions was prohibited, right? So I grew up believing that if I showed hurt or disappointment, frustration, anger, in a sense, it was kind of a sign of weakness, and it was unacceptable. And that shit ain't cool. So you don't do it. And then, so by the time I reached high school or college, right, I was like the perfect internalizer of the painful emotions that I was experiencing. You know, people would really disappoint me, not show up, or cancel last minute, and I would be the typical, no, it's fine, some other time. And I would just internally sweep it under the rug. Meanwhile, I'm like behind the scenes, like kicking and screaming like a 3-year-old having a tantrum over a sucker that they didn't get, you know? But again, as I'm going through my own transformation and I'm really going inward and doing all this ecology work, I realized that for me at least, when I was feeling resentment, I was internalizing my emotions, it really stemmed from, I was scared of rejection. That's what it boiled down to. I feared how people were going to react if I was radically honest with the truth I spoke about how I felt, or even the stuff that I wanted to talk about, right? And that sucks because as I think about this and I evolve into this, it's like by doing that, you live in a suppressed internalized energy state, and then you're also jeopardizing the quality of relationships with yourself, but then also other people. And that's not cool, right? So with resentment, it can show up in a lot. It can show up in a lot of areas, right? Marriage, siblings, colleagues, what other ones? Friendships, right? And so when I was thinking about this, and I'm like, okay, I'll express my story, and then how can I help people become more aware and really hone in? And if they are experiencing this, again, as a coach, I really want to give action steps to move forward and kind of help you resolve this. So the 3 ways to let go and move forward that I came up with, because again, I really try to avoid any even number of assignments or things. The first is don't deny your feelings. Allow yourself to feel the full range of emotions, whether it's positive or negative. They're there for a reason. There's a positive intention, and you're going to learn something behind that emotion. Communicate your feelings is the second one. Be vulnerable. Step outside of your comfort zone. The deeper and more vulnerable you go and stay stretched with anything and everything in life, your life will change radically for the better. It's guaranteed. And then the third is practice forgiveness. When we forgive, like I've said before in one of my previous videos, it sets you free. And it not only sets you free, but it allows you to become stronger and more confident, which will then also help the next time that someone you feel resentment, and then you can get through it. So those are the 3 nuggets of takeaway, right? But then call to action, right? There's 3 questions I want you to ask yourself. The first one, what does resentment feel like in my body? Is it a clenching of the jaw? Is it a tightness in the back or the shoulders? Is it a heaviness of your spirit? Second question, is this my inner voice, me? Or is this my ego talking? And then the third is, am I focusing on the future or the past instead of in the present moment? So are you feeling resentment because of the forecast of the present, or in the past, or in this very moment? Again, who are you being right now? What are you allowing to have, cultivate, create? But then also, what are you holding on to that's not serving you? And then get rid of it. Life's too short. All right? So have a wonderful day. It's dreary, but that's all right. I'll see you next week, okay? Cheers.